Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. The day when everyone got this bad boy is finally here, guys. A lot of people waited for the CVC to fuse the champion, and here we are. What a beast of a champion. Now in today's video, I'm gonna show you a couple of different teams for the Fireknight. We're gonna start with one team that is very free-to-play friendly because it uses 4 champions that were attainable either through fusions, either through bazaar, either through clan shop, etc. There's only one epic champion that you can't really get to a fusion, but honestly, you might get lucky enough to summon him. This team is made by Vermint. I'm currently on his account. Big shout out to him for letting us jump on here to check the team out. And this is probably the very first team that gives you a 100% win rate without allowing the boss to take a turn whatsoever. So basically, you're constantly going to control the turn meter on the boss. Basically, this is the team right here. So we have Razelvark, which was a fusion, a very recent fusion actually. Longbeard can be replaced by Lonataril, which was a previous fusion. I think it's been quite a while since we had that champion as a fusion. Unfortunately, I don't have him on my account either. I've been so busy IRL when that fusion was going on that I just didn't have a chance to do it. And on top of it, just to kind of be like off topic, that champion got a lot of hate when was added to the game as a fusion, you know. Then you have Nut, which is the new fusion. You have Yakal the Skratch, which can be purchased from the clan shop. And the one champion that wasn't attainable as a fusion or anything like that is Fatman. Fireknight the Fatman. Basically, he brings ally attack. The main thing that is important from here is that he gives you defense down on the A1. Okay, so that's the main thing that you gotta keep in mind. This will help your team to beat the boss faster. If you're gonna have cruelty on some other champions at a higher ranking, that's gonna be absolutely amazing. And how you can see, we have Phantom Touch, but only on Bugs Bunny, on Razelvark. So that was obtainable as well through a Path of Light event. And I know a lot of you guys out there that went for the fusion, went for the blessing as well. Now, I don't think the blessing is a necessity, considering that we are knocking down the shield and we're keeping that boss controlled basically. So one thing that you need to keep in mind here is that Nut is not using his A3 at all on the boss. I know, unfortunately, is a shame because like that you're not dropping the boss fast. But this team is the most free-to-play friendly team that I've seen, and is mainly because you can get it done without using insane stats or insane champions. Okay, so that's basically what I want to point out. So if we're quickly going to have a look at the preset, you see Razelvark starts with this on round 1. On round 2, he's going to open with the A2. On round 3, of course, he's going to open with the A1. Then he's going to use the A3. If we're talking about Fireknight, on round 1, ally attack. On round 2, just A1. On round 3, we have ally attack A1. Now, this is not a problem right here. You can definitely let him use the A2 if you want on round 2, just to make it a bit faster on the waves. Longbeard or Lonataril, which was a previous fusion. I repeat, Longbeard is replaceable by a fusion champion if you have access to him. If no, there are quite a few different other ally attack champions out there. Now, you want to use champions with ally attack that kind of like drag in the whole team with them. So you have Lonataril, Longbeard, Coldheart, not beer, even though I would love to drink a beer right now. But if you're talking about Krayla with Charm or Lanakis the Chosen, the problem is that they don't ally attack with the entire team, you know, so you're missing hits on the shield like that. So that's definitely not a good thing. So the same, he's not going to use the ally attack on the second round. You want to make sure you have it available to open with that when you get at the boss. And then we have Yakal the Skratch, opens with the A3, freezes everybody, deals a bit of damage. On round 2, he's not using the A2. That's the one thing that you really want to have available for round 3. And right here, you're going to open with the A2 because you're going to knock down the shield by the time he will get a turn. And you want to put a decreased speed on the boss, you know. Then we have Nut right here, opening with the A1, opening with the A3 on round 2. And then he's not using the A2 and A3, only the A1. Now, I'm curious if he would allow him to use the A2, if he would allow him here to use the A2 as well, just to speed up a bit the process when you're killing the waves. But let's head over into the run, guys. This is roughly around 4 minutes. Now, how I mentioned, there are other teams out there that can do it faster, but this is one of the most free-to-play friendly teams I've seen. There are other teams with Lona Tauril, and if you have Creodon, and if you have another ally attack champion that can get the job done on the boss, but unfortunately they all tend to have the same sort of issue. If you're not able to control the thermometer properly on the boss, you might get resisted, you might get resisted on the decreased speed with the other team, then it will fail, you know. So this gives you that safety net that you're gonna win the fight regardless, because you're constantly dropping that thermometer down, you know. And it might be a very small chance that something in here might go wrong as well, but honestly, I don't think it's such a big issue that will make you fail the run, considering that you're gonna drop the thermometer completely on the boss, guys, you know. Kind of like the same way we used to have it with Allure before. The boss never takes a turn, basically. That's kind of like what happens in here. And you see, we are actually killing these waves pretty fast. Like, we're not doing too bad either. And I feel like maybe we could find a way to kill them a bit faster as well, which is definitely a pretty interesting thing. Now we gotta make sure Fireknight doesn't let us down once we get at the boss, and he's putting that defense down as fast as possible. So we have Rezelvar going in with A1, a Phantom Touch to help us in there, of course, is definitely nice. Then we're relying on the ally attacks and all the rest of the attacks to drop down that shield. We drop the thermometer. We're gonna get the increased speed in just a second, but you see, the thermometer went completely down. Decreased speed on the boss, that increased speed is up. So from here on, the boss will not get a turn, and mainly is because Nut uses the A1. Then we have Yakal with the A1 as well. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have 100% chance to land the freeze, but he has a pretty good chance to make that happen as well, you know. And considering that you're gonna have that increased speed on your team, you're more than safe. Having a Relentless set on Nut is actually amazing, because whenever you get an extra turn like this, it's gonna be very helpful. Now, one thing that would be amazing for a team like these guys will be to have the presets better. So if the game, so it's not something that we can do now, it's only if the game would allow us to set the presets better. Just think about it in the next way. Let's just say the game will allow us to come into the Fireknight run or whatever dungeon run and move to round 3 and select how many times we want one champion to use the basic skill, 3 or 4 times. And then he's allowed to use the rest of the skills. I feel like that would allow us to create many different things, especially here with this thermometer manipulation strategy, because we should be able to get it done without a problem. Like right now, if Nut will go in and use the A3, the boss will die and will be a 3 minutes run. But unfortunately, the preset doesn't let you select when you want to prioritize the A1 over the other skills. The AI is not as smart. Now, if you would use an Armiger in here, Armiger will always go with the A1 when the thermometer is over 50% or near 50%. And then he would go and use the enemy max HP. If Nut will have the same sort of AI, this will not be a problem, because he will know when he needs to drop the thermometer, right? To keep it controlled, and then he will be able to use the A3 and drop a lot of damage. But check this out. Very, very good time. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. The boss never took a turn. And how I mentioned, this is definitely the most free-to-play version I've seen for the Fireknight Hard Mode 10. Longbeard can be replaced by another fusion, by Lona Tauril. The only champion that you really kind of need to have and can't really be replaced by anyone else is Fireknight, because you need to have that defense down. Let's quickly have a look at the champions and the builds, guys, so you get an idea of what to expect. So this is Rezelvar. He is on a Savage and a Speed set. Yes, he is fairly fast. Now, he does have the lead. Of course, some of the people already started working on the Great Hall, so let's check out that as well. Total stats, 5.5k attack. Not a lot of survivability. You don't need it because the boss won't take a turn. 270 speed, 97 crit rate, 305 crit damage. Now keep in mind, he has these stats because the blessing is there too. 500 attack, 25 crit damage. And if we are looking at the Fireknight's castle, you see he's gaining 12 more speed. He's gaining a bit of ignore defense. He's gaining some more accuracy. If you are looking to beat the Fireknight 10 hard mode, most probably you already started working on Live Arena, on the Great Hall, so you will be very close to what he has as well. If we're quickly going to check the masteries, for example, guys, so we have offense, support 3, we have a War Master as tier 6. Then Newt, he is on a Relentless and a Perception. Total stats, 4k HP, 1.7k attack, which doesn't matter whatsoever. 2.7k defense, so the defense is pretty low, you see. The stats on his champions are not something disgusting like I would have on my own champions, okay? So keep that in mind. These are actually very, very decent builds, more accessible for the majority of the people that are looking to beat Fireknight 10 hard mode. 255 speed, 103 crit rate, 197 crit damage, 427 accuracy. Now that's a bit of an overkilling here. You can definitely drop 50, 60 accuracy without a problem. Masteries, we have offense. He actually didn't finish the support tree or whatever else he's planning to get, but you're going all the way down to Giant Slayer. That's kind of like what you want to get, and I would probably go on the Heart of Glory. I would go on Single Out, Bring It Down, and Methodical. I've already done a few guides on a Nut and how to build him, especially for the Fireknight, and I'm gonna show you the masteries that I have on mine in the next run with the next team. When we are talking about blessings, guys, you see Phantom Touch on him. He has Cruelty. Cruelty will help you a bit. Phantom Touch, again, it won't be a necessity on the rest of the champions because you drop the shield and the boss will not take a turn, so you're not really gonna get much value out of it, especially on champions like him, where champions like him, where the value of attack is based on defense for him, right? So it's not really going good with a Phantom Touch unless you're needing it to drop the shield. Then we have Yakal the Scourge, and he is built on a Relentless, a speed set. Total stats, 35k HP, 4.8k attack, 4.9k attack. There are 2k defense, 247 speed, 87 crit rate, 245 crit damage, 311 accuracy. Now, I would try to get more accuracy on him, but because he already has the Fireknight's Castle extra accuracy and stats from the Great Hall, he's gonna be spot on with that. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever. Masteries, we have offense and support 3. We have a War Master as tier 6. You see, we have Lasting Gifts, we have Master Hexer, and the main thing that you want to get on him is War Master. That helps you quite a bit. Then, of course, we have Longbeard, or this can be Lona Taril, for example. Relentless, a broken set, 2 refresh accessories. Total stats, 41k HP, 3.5k attack, 1.6k defense, 288 speed, 89 crit rate, 117 crit damage. You see, these stats can be improved quite a bit if you have the gear to do it, of course. Then when we are talking about masteries, we have offense support. He doesn't have the masteries done either. If you would have War Master on him, this will actually speed up the run a bit more. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I would probably take the exact same masteries on him as I would take on a Nut, for example, you know. And then we have Fireknight the Fat as the last one, who doesn't have War Master either. So this as well can improve the run even more. We have a Relentless, we have a Perception set, 2 refresh accessories as well. Total stats, 28k HP, 2.3k attack, 2.3k defense, 268 speed, 86 crit rate, 95 crit damage, 350 accuracy. And then, of course, you have the masteries which are not complete, but he's gonna go down all the way to War Master once he's ready to get them done. So that's the team, guys. How I mentioned, one of the most free-to-play friendly team that I've seen for Fireknight 10 hard mode to be so reliable. Thanks again to Vermin for letting us showcase his team, guys. We're on my account right now, guys, and I'm gonna show you the best Fireknight team that we have in the game. Before, we had a look at a team that's more free-to-play friendly, at least for the people that are in the endgame looking to beat hard mode Fireknight Stage 10. This team right here is actually pretty insane. It holds the world record at the moment at 1 minute and 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, and that will change, okay? So forget about the world records and stuff, because as soon as somebody will get a second copy of Nuts, will replace that Cold Heart and get it at around 60 seconds if they're capable to tune their team properly. So this team, guys, is not made by me. I do want to give a massive shout out to Mallet River, because he's the person that created the tune, and I've seen my clanmate sharing it around in Discord a few days ago. So big shout out to him. I'm gonna link his video in the pinned comment. Head over and drop him a subscribe, show him some love, because he deserves it. I'm not running the same speeds with him, for example. Now, I do need to use my Cardial in the Shogun dungeon, for example. I need to use my Kaimar in there as well, and I need these champions to be at a specific speed if I want my other dungeons to work as well. So I have slightly different speeds, but that's really not the point. When we are talking about blessings on these champions, Phantom Touch helps you a lot. How you can see, I have one champion that has 6-star Phantom Touch, and that's Cold Heart. Now, I'm pretty positive that this is not mandatory. It's not mandatory to have Phantom Touch on all of your champions, just for the simple fact that this has a cooldown, right? So I'm gonna take a turn, use it, and then I'm gonna have a counter attack. I'm gonna have ally attack, and when I'm dropping the shield like this, Phantom Touch is not gonna proc again. And because of it, I can tell you that Phantom Touch is not a necessity on your team. Now I do have, for example, Soul Rip on my Nuts here. I change him from Phantom Touch just because sometimes, for whatever reason, I wasn't dropping enough damage on the boss, and I needed the Soul Rip to come out and end the boss. But that again, it might be something with my tune, what I had in here. So let me quickly show you the presets. Basically, my Cardial is pretty fast, but keep in mind I have the Great Hall stats too, so that's kind of like gonna deceive you, because I have the Great Hall stats for the Fireknight from the live arena. Basically, I'm gonna show you the stats after, but the preset. So on round 1, we open with the A3. We're not using anything else but the A1. On round 2, we're only using the A1. We want to have both of the skills available for round 3, but on round 1, using the A2 will not benefit us at all, will basically just slow us down. On round 3, we are opening with A2 because the Fireknight will take 1 turn. So we're taking a turn with each one of the champions, then the boss will take a turn. We want to have block debuffs to ensure that the boss won't land decreased speed on any of our champions. And what I like about this team is that it's not dependable of decreased speed, so that won't mess you up regardless. This team will be 100% win rate hands down. And then we're gonna go with the ally attack. Prince Kaimar. So Prince Kaimar is gonna use the A1 on round 1. I wanna save the A2 for round 2. Why? Because I wanna ensure that I have the chance to land the debuff on Raiho Bone Spear, right? Before my Martyr uses the A3 to provoke her. If no, the run can be a bit slower. Raiho can create you problems, like slow you down on the waves. Then, of course, we're opening with the A1, and then we are going with the Seal of Magic. Cold Heart, we're opening with the A2, then uses the A3. On round 2, she's not using the A3. On round 3, she's opening with the A1, and she's not allowed to use the A2. Nuts, opening with the A2. On round 2, he's not allowed to use the A3, and he's gonna use the A2 whenever he's gonna have it available. It might not be on the very first turn because he needs to recover the skill. And on round 3, opening with the A1, and we're not using the A2 whatsoever. Martyr, opening with the A1, putting the counter attack here is pointless. I'll rather have some damage from her, and I want to keep the suppression for the second round. This is on a 4-turn cooldown, so you want to make sure you have that available to keep that Raiho under control. On round 2, she's now using the counter attack. She is opening with suppression. And on round 3, she's opening with the counter attack and then just A1. Now you want to have Martyr in the last slot. Because she's going to have a chance to land defense down when you're breaking the shield. Very, very important. If no, you're definitely going to need Soul Rip to ensure that you're going to have enough firepower to kill the boss. So basically, this is the way I have my champion set. Nuts is going after Cold Heart in the rotation right here, in the order, because we want to drop the Thermitter. If he's using the A1 on the shield, we're not going to drop the Thermitter. So the order of how champions ally attack, counter attack is not decided by speed, guys. It's decided by positioning. You see, we have position 1, position 2 on Kymar, position 3 on Cold Heart, position 4 on Nuts, and position 5 on Martyr. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But let's do a run, guys, with the team and see what exactly we can achieve with it. So basically, we want to kill the waves as fast as possible. Usually we kill this wave in around, I would say, a bit under 20 seconds. You want everyone to deal damage. You know, Kymar, every single one of the champions, they need to deal damage in order to get this done as fast as possible. Very, very important, you know. So there we go. That Venus actually took a turn, so that slowed us down a little bit, but that's fine. Shouldn't be a big problem anyway. Then here we go. Second wave. Raiho, as usual, can be pretty annoying. We want to make sure we are landing some debuffs on her because that passive is gonna annoy us. We got resisted with Martyr actually on the provoke on Raiho for whatever reason. That's actually pretty random, but that's fine. We just gotta make sure we are killing her before she gets to cleanse with for the rest of the team or anything like that, because that's gonna slow you down by 10 seconds more or less, you know. So here we go. Let's see. Counter attack. Everybody else used the A1. The boss is gonna take a turn, and now we're actually gonna go in with the counter attack and the ally attack. Now, Phantom Touch won't proc on here because the champions need to take a turn in order to proc it again, you know. So that's why it's very important on the ally attack. Sorry, so the counter attack will proc it, but the ally attack won't proc it again because they need to take a turn. It's a 1-turn cooldown on Phantom Touch, right? So here we go, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, if that defense down doesn't land, it will require you to have that soul rip on Nuts, you see, and it's gonna be kind of like a must-have to ensure that the run won't screw you, basically, you know. But let's do another one. Let's see what we're getting here. That's actually so random to get resisted. That 3% chance, man. 3% chance of getting resisted is real. Okay. Seems like that Venus might... Oh, she didn't took a turn. Okay, so she didn't took a turn. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, we landed the provoke, but again, she got resisted, that Raiho, on my Martyr. I'm so curious why. Like, Martyr has tons of accuracy. Why would she get resisted on Raiho? That is so strange. You see, we are killing this wave so much faster now. 45 seconds, we kill both of the waves. We're at the boss. By 50 seconds, Cardial is already using the skill. And I would assume by 60... the boss is actually gonna slam on us. There we go. So we got that. I don't think we're necessarily gonna get a better time this time around, but who knows? Maybe we're gonna shave a second off or a couple, you know? And the faster you kill the waves, the faster you're gonna do the run, basically, you know? So the more damage you have on your team, the better. We managed to land that defense down from Martyr again. There we go. I don't really need it for my Cold Heart or Nuts, honestly. They're hitting the enemy max HP cap anyway, so it's not a problem whatsoever. But there we go. I want to make sure I have the right masteries on Martyr. I feel like just because of that defense down, I want to make sure I am getting, for example, Sniper, you know, just to give us a bit of an extra chance to land the defense down. But here we are, 1 minute and 34 seconds. So we almost got the best time. But look at the damage, man. 4 million from Nuts. It's pretty crazy. Let's quickly have a look at the total stats on the champions. So this is my Kymar. He's on a shield and a broken set. He's built for damage. Total stats, 57k HP, 5k attack, 3.1k defense, 237 speed, 100 crit rate, 251 crit damage. Now you do want to have that speed lead from Cardial if you want to have this to work properly, basically, you know. So masteries, we have offense and support 3, and I have War Master as tier 6. I would have loved to go all the way right here to Master Hexer just for the waves with poisons, but again, it's not really going to do much, so it's pretty pointless actually. for whatever reason. I don't know why I thought that would be nice, but it won't be nice. Then, of course, we have Martyr. So she's built on a Savage, a Perception set. Look at the accuracy, 340 accuracy, and that Raiho got resisted twice. Total stats, 53k HP, 5.2k defense, 241 speed, full crit rate, 243 crit damage, 341 accuracy. Masteries, I have offense and defense 3. I'm definitely gonna swap and get this done like this. So let me quickly just show you. I'm actually gonna get this too, just get extra stats. But you wanna get this to have a higher chance to land the defense down with the A1. And then, of course, let's just go in with whatever we had before, you know. I can't even remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be spot on. This doesn't really matter. You can get it if you want, or whatever other things you might think you're gonna need, but they won't really matter whatsoever. So I'm gonna go Kill Streak, and here, let's go Cycle of Magic, just for the fun of it. So those are the masteries for Martyr. Then I have my Cardiel. Very fast, because I am using him in the Shogun dungeon too. So total stats on my Cardiel, 50k HP, 4.5k attack, 2.6k defense, 339 speed, 99 crit rate, 185 crit damage. Masteries, I have offense, and I have support 3, lasting gifts, and I have War Master as tier 6. Then we have Nuts on a Savage and a Perception. Total stats, 41k HP, 5k defense, 262 speed, full crit rate, 248 crit damage, 351 accuracy. Now, I've done a video the other day showing you how to build him. And I've mentioned, depending on what exactly you're planning to do with him, Savage or Relentless will be the best 2 options. Now, I'm gonna use him like this for the Savage, Now, I'm gonna use him in this build on the Fireknight, and I'm gonna use him in the Spider dungeon. Basically, that's what I'm planning to do with him at the moment. I don't think I'll be using him anywhere else. Maybe I'm gonna use him, for example, in a different team for the Sand Devil's Necropolis or something like that. But for the moment, I'm gonna keep him like this. Masteries, offense and support 3. We have a Giant Slayer as tier 6, Master Hexer just to help with the debuffs on the A2, Cycle of Magic, Lord of Steel just to give us a bit of extra accuracy and speed from the Perception set, and the last champion, Coldheart, Savage, and we have her on a Defiant. Total stats, 45k HP, 3.7k attack, 2.5k defense, 265 speed, full crit rate, 233 crit damage. No accuracy because I don't need a heal reduction to drop on the boss. The turn meter manipulation is not helping us. Masteries, we have offense and support 3. Now, I do have the support 3 because I had a different build on her with 300 plus accuracy, and I didn't have a chance to change the masteries. But honestly, I don't really think I would change them for something else. And we have Giant Slayer as tier 6. That was all for this video, guys. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully one of these team will kind of like suit your needs, or will give you some ideas to create different ones. But that was all for this video. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.